for watching the Mary Ann Show. Waking up with Mary Ann. I'm Mary Ann. Yes, you're watching the Mary Ann Show. The Mary Ann Show. The Mary Ann Show. Hey, I thought I'd get some fun out of you. Aren't you tired of people being boring? Yeah, stop bouncing that ball the wrong way. And guess what? You're holding it. You're not even bouncing it. You're holding the ball. So stop bouncing it the wrong way. Bounce it. Enjoy your family. We're going to make a difference in 2022. We're going to keep you with your family. Today's guest is Dr. Kenneth Heller with St. Louis University, Tal Gilliard with Missouri Minority Business Development Center. We're going to help you make something out of your life, because guess what? You already made something out of your life. But we want to keep all those good ingredients together, making that good cake, having you with your families. We want to keep your family together, because at the Mary Ann Network, hey, Mary Ann believes in keeping families together. We'll be back. And we're back. Today's guest, we have Todd Gilliard, and you're actually with MBDA. Tell us what that means.
MBDA is the Minority Business Development Agency of through the Federal Department of Commerce. So we are the Missouri MBDA Business Center of Missouri, which is, as of November 2020, we are now a permanent part of the Federal Department of Commerce.
Here in Missouri or all over?
All over, because
Wow.
we have clients all over the United States, and we have clients even in Senegal, Africa.
And what's your role here in
My
Missouri?
role, I'm the project director of the program.
So you're
of
over the
business
program
center.
in Missouri.
Yes, in the business
so,
center.
with everything going on, and I know I had a lot of people email me different questions. A lot of people have their own business, and a lot of
Sure.
people, they go to different organizations because, especially in the African American community, we don't have a bank account where we can go to our parents and say, give me $10,000 or give me $20,000. So we go to these organizations because they actually help us grow, but you actually have to have it in you. You just can't go to your organization and say, hey, put it all together for me.
Yeah.
Is that so? Tell
Yeah,
me.
yeah. So a lot of times you have different agencies that can help you prepare. It depends on where your business is at. Us at the Missouri MBDA Center, we usually deal with businesses that have been in business for 3 years or more. Prior to COVID, we even looked at businesses that have been in business for 3 years or more and have a revenue of $1 million or more. Because what we do, we work with corporations and companies and government entities across the United States of America, as well as companies and corporations in different countries as well. So when we say that, we're looking for those minority businesses who can have procurement opportunities to seize on major opportunities and contracts. And so that's what we help them with.
I have a question for you, because actually you don't accept anyone just because you're a minority. You just don't accept.
No, it's not about being a minority. We accept minorities, and that's the thing. We're in place for minorities, and that includes African Americans, Island Pacific, Asian, Indian descent.
Women.
And so women as well as considered a minority as well, within those categories. So the thing of it is that we want to help the business seize the opportunity. So like you say, when people come, if you're at a ground stage for your business, right? You're at the beginning stages of your business. A lot of people believe that if I create a widget, I think this is going to be a game changer in the next thing of the world. But you have to understand that you have to get yourself prepared in order to present your business. Banking, different type of contracts that you're trying to seek. All of them have something. All of them have a certain criteria that they look at. So what we do at our agency, we make sure that we take the company, and when we present them to corporations, companies, government entities, that they have everything that they need.
Okay.
We want to give them the best opportunity to seize the opportunity.
So I certainly appreciate you accepting me, the Marianne Network, in your organization, because I know that you projected. So you projected that I would be this millionaire, because you do take X amount of dollars. You have to be able to have this running and going. And actually, I didn't start making money in my business until I started going around your organization, because you actually have to go around it to understand what you're dealing with, because people that go into business, you're actually going into business to solve a problem in your community, making a difference in your community. Is that true?
Most people that start a business, yes. You have to look at that, and I say this all the time, everybody know what the problem is. And you know, you can identify the problem easily. But the power is in the solution of the problem.
So the problem also would be, and of course we're going to wrap this up, and we need to take you to the round table. The problem would be to bring up that community, to bring up the property value. So when a business is actually going in the community, your hope is to bring up this community, the family of a community.
Sure.
That's what a business does,
yeah.
right?
And when you look at it as a business aspect, it's an acquisition. When companies begin to acquire property and to acquire existing business and frames, like in St. Louis City, you have a lot of property that is boarded, that may be owned by a city or owned by a certain business. It's an acquisition that goes through,
okay.
And you take those opportunities to make around you better. That's key, but also that acquisition is now an asset of your company,
okay.
And you want the best asset.
Well, we're certainly going to have to bring you back. We need to bring you back because we need to help business owners, and I feel like it's just not enough time for us to talk about.
Sure.
I think we need to just tell people what a corporation is,
Yeah.
tell them what the LLC is. So quickly tell people what an LLC is, what's the difference between LLC and non-for-profit, and who do you feel, what would be best? How do people choose that? Because a lot of people think that they can do non-for-profits so they get the money coming in. I am not a non-for-profit business, so I actually go out there and earn it, but people that have not-for-profit, they earn it too. But a lot of people go in business, they thinking that they can say non-for-profit, get tens and thousands of dollars, and that's how they're going to operate. Why don't you tell us quickly?
Usually a non-for-profit is certain things that you need, certain documentations that you prove as a non-for-profit. A lot of non-for-profits, you really survive off of grants, different kinds of stipends and things like that are for their particular non-for-profit. How non-for-profit profits is the operational cost that they sometimes factor into the grant. If they got a grant, say, of $1 million to do a certain thing, pass out, food baskets or something for the community, well, you are allowed within the confines of those grants to have operational costs that's going to cost your business to get it done.
I'm going to need to wrap this up briefly. Give me something. LLC.
LLC is just a legal liability corporation, and so that takes some of the legal liability in case in legal matters with your company that kind of absorbs you as the owner.
Yeah. I'm going to say part two, we need to bring you back, part two.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a lot of questions on my email. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back. Today I have with me Dr. holler out with St. Louis University, right? And you're a pediatrician.
Right.
You actually teach and you actually go out in the field as well. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm in what's called general academic pediatrics. That means that I see kids in every phase of life, every age, but we do it in an academic setting so that while we're seeing kids, we're also teaching residents and students how to be the pediatricians of the future. And our practice is called Donny Pediatrics. We're at Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital, and we have a second office on Forest Park Boulevard at Sarah. So we see thousands of kids every year, and we also take care of them when they're in the hospital, and we see newborn babies at St. Mary's Hospital. So we stay pretty busy.
So I have a question for you, especially with everything that's going on. Of course, the world seems a little bit different. And I was reading from the National Science of Library and Medicine when I was doing my research that 35% of people today are testing positive for COVID. So that's 1 out of 3 people are testing positive for COVID. So how do you feel about that? How true is that statement? Is that true?
Well, right now the percentage of people who are testing positive for COVID is very high, and that's because of what's called the Omicron variant. Now, the Omicron variant is extremely, extremely contagious. Much more contagious even than the Delta variant, which was more contagious than the Alpha variant, which was the first one that started this whole thing. That kind of makes sense because as viruses evolve, the strains that are going to survive and are going to be, are going to stick around are strains that are more likely to infect other people. That's just the way it works. The thing about the Omicron variant is it seems not to be quite as severe as the other ones. That's another thing that's important, and that's often how viruses evolve, when they go through this kind of thing, is they'll become a form which is more contagious, but is less likely to kill the host it's part of. And if you're a virus, that's what you want. You want to be able to spread to more people, but you also want to be able to have that person stick around long enough so you can pass on to other people. So right now, we certainly don't want people going out and getting Omicron. And the most important thing you can do is to get vaccinated and get fully vaccinated, because if you're vaccinated and boosted, your resistance against this variant, even if you happen to catch it, is very, very good, and you're unlikely to get very sick or end up in the hospital or die of it.
So with this new virus, and of course I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't even understand what you're really saying, but it just seems like with this new virus, can we call out the name again?
It's the Omicron variant of the coronavirus, yes.
So it's almost like a sister virus?
Well, what happens is anytime viruses spread widely, the thing is that viruses, they replicate once every 6 to 24 hours. So a generation happens every day. Unlike human beings, where a generation takes like 20 years. So viruses evolve about maybe 10,000 times faster than we do. So they're evolving all the time, and new variants are coming up. The ones that are going to become dominant are the ones that are more easily spread from person to person. That just makes sense. But also, the ones that are going to become dominant over time are ones that are less likely to kill the people that they infect, because if you're a virus, what do you want to do? You want to stick around long enough to create more generations and pass on to other people. If you kill the person you're in, you've defeated your very purpose for existing.
Okay.
So my feeling is that Omicron, and a lot of people are saying this, is probably the last big wave we're going to have of this virus. And that doesn't mean we don't need vaccines. Vaccines are still incredibly important. 95% of people who are ending up in the hospital with COVID right now are people who have not had their vaccines.
Who have not. Okay, so I need to try and wrap this up, and we certainly want to have you back. This is interesting, and I think it's important to help educate people that this is very important.
Yeah.
Getting your shot is almost as important as when you start school, and you can't start school unless you have a list of shots now.
Right.
Do you think that this is going to come to that? And at one point, I always wanted to be a doctor, and I was told to be a doctor. Now, listen to this. I wasn't told to be a doctor because I was passing the class.
Yeah.
I was told to be a doctor based on the questions that I was asking.
Right,
And one of the things that I told the doctor was the instructor. Actually, this was at a community college. I told him, I said, I don't even know how to spell the words and say those words, so why are you telling me to be a doctor? And he told me it was based on the questions that I was asking
Right.
him.
Right. The most, and I'll tell you a secret, you don't have to be any smarter than anyone else to be a doctor. People think we're really smart. We're
You
not so
are.
much smart. Well, thank you. It's not so much about being smart, it's about being a people person, about being a person who listens, a person who asks probing questions, and then who can take that in and respond to that compassionately and intelligently to help a person maintain their health and help them when they're sick. If there's one strength that I have as a doctor, it's that I think I'm a good listener, and that's why my patients like me. There are people who are much more brilliant at diagnosis, but I'm the person who can have a conversation and really get to the heart of what's going on with someone, and that's what it means to be a physician.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on the Mary Ann
Thank
Show,
you.
and we hope to have you back.
I'd love to come back sometime. Thank you.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Okay. And we're back. Of course, at the Mary Ann Network, we believe in bringing the community together by keeping families together. Of course, there are no perfect families. And of course, we have the doctor here, Dr. Heller from St. Louis University Medical Center, who actually teaches there. And we have Monique Buchanan. Okay, so let's just play a little game. I think it's important to let people know that it's not all about business, and sometimes you just need to play a game.
Okay.
So we're gonna play a game, and this is what I get sponsors for. Of course, we don't have any gifts to give you out, but hey, watch us so we can give people gifts and we can give them to the audience. So I have a game, and I'm gonna ask each one of you all questions, and it's gonna be fairly easy. And first person gets the answer, just let me know, write it down, and then I'll check your answer. What is the name of the movie where Lady Gaga played? So what is the name of the movie that Lady Gaga played a real person? My son actually wrote these questions out. He said, read them right. What is the name of the movie that Lady Gaga played in? Okay? Mm-hmm. Ding, 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 ding.
House of Gucci.
House of Gucci. Hey, that was
All right,
too
yes.
easy. Hey, audience, did you get that? Okay, let's do another one.
I'm shocked you guys.
Okay, I love that movie. I love that
Yes.
movie. That's a learning movie. Okay, let's do another one.
That family's messed up, I'll tell you.
Oh, Lord, that's why I love that movie. It hit home. How do you really touch on yesterday's foster care story? Is it too hot? Is it too cold? Don't be confused. I don't really like telling my foster care story too much, even though I talk about it a lot. The reason why is because it involves a lot of people. All my life, I've had to fight for my identity. The truth is, I shouldn't have to prove who I am. After all, I'm Mary Ann. That's me. I'm not perfect, and neither are you. All my life, I've had to deal with what happened yesterday. Something bad did occur yesterday, and I must talk about it. I've learned how to talk about it, as well as learning how to write a story. Let me take you on that journey. Let you see what's really going on and what really happened yesterday. First, let's cut to a commercial.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. Can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Hello, welcome. We are in the month of February, my favorite month. Why? Because it's a reminder that every month is Black History Month. Oh yes. And speaking of Black History Month, arts is just as important because it provides a foundation of creativity, a foundation to let yourself go and be free. And those type of elements is super key for your development as a growth, as a human being. And growth for the people, growth for our culture, growth for our Black people, right? But it's not always just about the Black people, it's about all people, because America and the world is a melting pot of diversity. And so when I think of February, right, and I think of the Black History Month, I think of just people making a difference who happens to be Black. And I think that should be more focused on their creativities and their skills. And that, bringing in that knowledge into the educational system is key, because knowledge is power and growth, right? So I'm gonna wrap this up. When we talk about, I'm gonna give you a little advice, right? My advice to my people, my advice is find your passion, find whatever that makes you happy and fulfill your dreams, and do not let anyone stop you from doing your thing. And have that strength, have that confidence, and know that even in your darkest hours, there's still light. My name is Kevin, and I'm on the set of The Marianne Show. We'll be right back.
Everyone needs a mentor. Someone that has took the opportunity and did the job in whatever field you want to go into. You know what I'm saying? Like, say you want to be a teacher. You will find a person that is a teacher, learn skills from them while also applying your own skills. You know, you must learn from somewhere. And then while you're getting a mentor, you're able to build a connection and a relationship with them. You're able to connect and you're able to network with other people in that field. I mean, it goes down to really you are who you hang around. And if you want more, you must hang around people that want more as well in whatever field you want to be in. Or, like me, I have friends that want to be successful, but we're in all different fields, you know? I'm more in entertainment, media, film production. My friend is also, she does music. She's an actor, I'm an actor as well. And then we have my closest friend, she paints and she can sing. But these are all people that are actually striving and wanting more. And getting a mentor is like the first step, really. So having a mentor, and I think in the career kind of, we're going to urban
Well, I mean, obviously that depends on the individual, it depends on the situation, but the thing is that for someone who is being stalked, it means I never know what to expect.
Right.
I don't know if that person's going to be, come after me. I don't know if it's going to be violent. I don't know if they're just going to bug me like crazy. I don't know if they're going to bother my friends or other people I love. So it creates a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear.
So we'll bring you back. We really need to, a lot of people need to understand what love is. So let's just wrap this up. Play a little game.
Okay.
Write it down. Of course, hey, we're looking for more sponsors, so this helps pay for you to have this. We want to start sending our audience out gift cards. So here's a question. In the movie, American Okay, my son wrote these questions out, and I do not understand this one, so I am going to skip this one. Okay, the next one is, hey, my favorite, I always talk about the Boss Network. What is Beyonce's mother's name?
Beyonce.
Oh, it looks like nobody knows.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to say Sheila. I have no idea.
Okay. Let me see.
I can give you a hint.
Yeah, please.
Last name Knowles.
Mrs. Knowles.
Okay, that's
it, I'm with
Give you
them.
the answer. Last name Knowles, first name begins with a T. Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
I know her name. It's on the tip of my tongue. Okay.
Okay, Tina.
All right, Tina.
Tina Knowles. Okay. Okay. Here's a good one. What was ice cream once called?
What was what?
Ice cream once called.
Oh.
Oh, let's see.
And I can't sing that one. I'll give you a hint.
What?
I say Frozen Heaven.
I was gonna say.
Congratulations!
Ah!
What do you have? What do you have?
I have frozen yogurt.
I said
And
Frozen Heaven.
Okay.
What-
Congratulations. You're both wrong.
I was going to say, if I got that right, wow.
Right.
So ice cream was once called, are you ready for it? Cream ice.
Cream ice. Wow.
Aren't you glad that they say,
Wow.
okay, yes, I'm going to
Right.
say, can I have one cream ice? I'm glad they changed it back to
I'm
ice
glad.
cream.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on
Thank
the
you so much.
Mary Ann Show.
Thank you, Mary Ann.
Thank you.
Hey, let's check out this park. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
And I'm ready. And then, okay, I like that. And you could just keep that up there. Ooh, you like that? And we're back. I'd like to thank my new sponsors. Hey, we are growing. We have new sponsors. Pentagon Journal. It's a magazine that depicts various collections of talented musical artists and guests. Thank you to our new sponsors. Thank you. Y'all come back now. You hear?
I think as a business owner, you always want to take time for yourself. You want to take some time and step away. You spend so much time as entrepreneurs in your business and doing the things to keep the scaling the business, growing the business. Take some time away. Step back.
Okay. And Anika?
I love that. Hi, I'm Anika Porter, the CEO of Lifespiration. Mary, thank you for having me on the Mary Network.
I need that. I need it.
Love your show.
We need it. The world needs it.